and start. And could you tell me who you are and where you worked when we first coached and what level you were at?
Yeah, it's been some time ago, but I am an insurance industry professional, and you and I crossed paths at least 10 years ago when I was an emerging leader for Farmers Insurance. At that time, I had been a supervisor for about a year, overseeing between 8 and 12 individuals at that time. And while that can be an uphill battle, connecting with you certainly made that a very different outcome at a much faster pace than I thought it probably would have on its own.
Great. And was what shifted for you from being coach? What do you think helped you?
It was a catalyst. I don't know how better to describe it, but in short, what it did for me is it first and foremost gave me the confidence to hold space. I was very intimidated by the corporate world and the quote unquote experts around me that I had a bit of that imposter syndrome. I didn't feel that I held that same kind of space and weight in my ideas and opinions. And that translated in how I was behaving as a leader, and the lack of confidence translated to those who reported to me. So, in having our coaching sessions, I was able to gain that confidence. And it really made such a difference for me to feel that sense of purpose and belonging. But more than anything, it motivated me to be the kind of leader that others could look to and that I could also mentor and help get past that initial feeling of not quite belonging and yet having all of this passion to make things better without knowing how to go about doing it. So I know we all face that lack of confidence from time to time, but that was the biggest takeaway and gift to me from the time that we spent together.
Great. Thank you for sharing that. And now you're in a different job. What are you doing now?
I am. Well, I after 16 years at the my former company where I was promoted two times over since the time you and I had worked together, and my grasp of responsibility had grown quite a bit. I've now transitioned to an independent adjusting firm where I oversee our entire claims operation. And I'm getting to work with the entire continental United States versus just the Western United States. And I'm able to bring so much more passion for what I do now because of the experience that I had, and also because of that confidence that I gained through our coaching, which I was able to hone over the years since you and I initially worked together. That I come at this job with such a renewed sense of purpose that having made that transition, I could have very easily fallen into that same imposter syndrome had you and I not been through that once before.
Great. Well, now you're in a group coaching program. You're in the Impact Executive Leadership Program. Uh, what's that like for you? And how's that different?
Yeah. So the funny thing about that is it is outside my comfort zone. The professionals in that group come from a different industry than what I'm familiar with, but it's a very safe environment where you're with like minded people who really want to level up. And when you get together with people like that, it's such a trusting environment that you can challenge each other in a way that you may not feel as comfortable doing elsewhere when it's your work colleagues. And so I've loved hearing what their challenges are because as we work through those together, I get these little pieces of inspiration about how to solve the problems I'm encountering in my current job. And I've been able to make connections across the country with people I wouldn't have otherwise been able to get to know because they're in a different industry. So I love the small group feel and the real practical application of seeing the challenges we all face as aspiring professionals.
Wow, that's great. So, what would you say to people that are considering either the individual coaching or the group coaching, but maybe feel a little reluctant to do it? Why do you think this would be a good idea for them to do with me?
Well, you've got to look at like professional athletes out there. They still have a coach on the court, right? And think about how many hours they have spent perfecting their craft, but they still need a coach, somebody who sees what's happening from the sidelines because they're not right in it. And that translates to working professionals as well. Any of the leaders that I look towards or I aspire to be like or emulate have received coaching themselves. You hear somebody speak on a stage at a conference or something like that, and they've been coached to be that good. And so I guess my question is do you want to be good? Do you want to be better? Because a coach is how you do it. And whether that is an individual coaching experience or if it's in a group coaching experience, I think anyone could benefit from either of those situations. But frankly, to get to the next level, you need somebody on that sideline telling you what's ahead of you that you can't see because you're too close to it.
Wow. I love what you said. That's really beautiful. Really
Well,
beautiful.
and I recommended one of my dearest colleagues today to have a consultation with you because she's at this place where her confidence is a little bit shaken and she's looking to make a change in her career. And I said, I know just the person for you to talk to. I said, she will pose questions to you that will get you thinking in a new way. And so, again, I do recommend that somebody seek you out and see if your style is something that aligns with theirs because it certainly has made a difference for me 10 years ago. And then yet again now, as I've made a transition into a different segment of my career.
Oh, oh, my heart is so touched by what you're saying. Thank you so much. And thanks for doing this for me. I really appreciate it.
No, I'm happy to, Sabrina. You've done a lot for me and what a difference it has made in my ability to progress and to feel confident about the inevitable changes and discomfort that just comes in this working world. That if I can help others feel that way and navigate that, I think that that's a gift. When you find something good, you don't keep it to yourself.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You betcha. And I've loved being in our group together. It's taught me a lot. So I'm glad that we were able to connect last fall again.
Thank you.